SPY made another high day. The 15 is staying good, but we will see this. So they make high a day and slight higher high and reclaim. So you can see after this nice morning push in here to take both sides of that range in the futures, it's kind of been a grind. So again, once you've done the easy morning move, you take the lows and the highs. You may get some triangle layout before doing the next one. And notice everyone's going to have their stops jammed up under this. If that includes you, you might get stopped out, which so be it, right? But what we want to see is triangle layout and then broadening the other way, because it's going to look something like this. So we'll see if we can get that, but for now we're just going to expect that it's going to be kind of choppy or profit taking. Doing good. SPY, we're still, you can see the profit takers. This is why it's so fun. If you are playing scalping intraday, just play the reclaim. Reclaim, bang, profit taken off the highs, regardless of your continuity. You can see SPY on the 5-er. Should be obvious at this point, right? Did we say it's going to take these guys out? It does. Here's your triangle layout. Now the question is, are they going to be strong enough to make the new high day? If not, maybe they'd have a 2260. They have the scenario 3 on the 30. So we want to be aware of is that. Whenever a 3 occurs, you take out the whole range. So they go 3 and then slight poke down and back in. That's the whole range. We take the highs out again. Or maybe we get stuck inside the middle of that. They want to triangle out. Stop some guys. But you can see in the morning, pokes up, closes above, higher low, higher high, comes back into the range, takes out both sides, triggers the pivot machine gun of these guys, taking out the relative equal lows Sarah likes to look for. And then now it's a question mark. So SPY on the 60 flip still inside. Right, we're at the bottom of this range. It's rev stratting the 5-er, but we did not take the lows out. So we could go after that rev strat with a tighter stop, but it is inside 60. So the only thing you got is you got the 60 continuity. You got this little triangle on the 1-er you got to get out of. So ideally, what I'd still prefer is to take the morning or those 60 lows out and then go. But if it holds above these guys, then we'll get the higher highs, higher lows. So if it doesn't, expand out of this stuff, then we make the new low again, which would be ideal. You can see they take the highs out, they're just closing back into it. So for now, they just slight higher high and then back in. So you might be able to get something like this, where they triangle out the lows, then we could go after it. But we will see. So you can see for now, SPY. Notice how they close up and out of this. So now they're into expansion of what? Be of this. So you get the very small triangle, right? Now they come back in, changes it from successful to unsuccessful. So hopefully we can get the bottom of the triangle, and then you'd have this subtrine here as well as the bigger triangle of the outside 15, I believe it was. Or compound outside 15. So you can see SPY triangle, poke up, reclaim, failed breakout, boom, makes the lows. And now what we'd want to see, we don't have to just buy it and be like this with a giant stop, right? I want to see signals that can reclaim it, or we can technically go, go something like that. But I prefer not to just, knife catch the lows, although you can. Draw the triangle, something like this at the bottom of the range. So for now, SPY is slight lower low and then back in. We prefer to see like a whammo, take them out and then back in, because you get more trapped participants. Like right now, still a 2-2 reversal. So we'd say it's back in. Here's your triangle, right? It's trying to go back up there. Just a matter of, are they strong enough to do it? And the 60 open was right up in here. So you can see how the new 60 opens, the triangle starts, and then they're picking the direction via that triangle. So we'll see. So you can see we get a period of full time frame continuity above the 60 open from the 2-2-1-er. And then if that works, we get triangle here. So that'd be our first target 1. Here, 601.96. And then if it stays up above that, add to try and go target 2, 603.57. You'll see the 1-er will set up an outside 5-er. So we need to go 3-2. Right? If we don't become 3-2 and stay 2, it's gonna be a dud, and we just cut her. If we look at the SPY right now, still an inside 15, or just open an inside 15. So because of that, the oneer dictates, is that going to become 2 up or not? If we go 2-2 oneer, then we're inside 15 and we're going down, right? If we go, let's say 2-2-2 and we can break it back up, may be able to take these guys out. So how are we going to change the inside 15? And then are we going to set up that 3-2-2-30 or not? So for now, this is still continuing. So let's do the 2 up on the 2 minute, 3-2-2 3 minutes, and then trying to make her happen. Strong enough. All right, SPY, did we nail that? We did. Very nice. You can see that slight lower low, 2-2, and here's about 95% of the range. So if you're a futures guy, here's your oneer, 7 points. It's a lot of money, 350 for the ES futures. Now, can we get the 2-2 going would be the question. And since we had this big puke off the highs, we got to stay into this bar. So our invalidation would be if we're closing out below this, or honestly, if we're taking this stuff out, 60.29, the US 500, we don't want to be a part of it. You can see 3-2 up, 5er SPY. So now we're at the top of the 3. And this is where you play defense, right? Because like we saw before, if you take the high of a 3 out and you don't stay there, you're going to take the other side of the range out. So we want to see him stay up there and have that 3-2-5er in force. And it's crazy. In 5 minutes, it's 42% on weekly options. And then there's a 2 up again. So here's an attempt at expansion back through previous range if it can stay there. So SPY, inside oneer green. You see 2-2 oneer still good. So come on. The high of the 15er trigger was that too tight? Right here, and this 2-2 oneer happens right there. Defend. Boom. Half out. Because what you want to do is buy 37% gain. If it stops you out here for half, so be it. Now, and personally, I'm not stopped out. I just have my stop even because I'm streaming here. But if we have this from here to here, if we want to be long, because, and this is important, this is the broadening video we're going to be letting out today. If the higher time frame's doing this, and the lower time frame's doing this, right? You're going to get this broadening formation. You're going to enter at the low. It's going to make the new high, and then they're going to take profit. They're going to make the higher low, which makes the higher high for the higher time frame. If that's how it works, then if we nail this 2-2 and then we get in here, if we're going to reduce half here, perfect. Put our stop against this stuff. Because what we're doing is we're saying we have high, higher high, right? And on the bigger time frame, we got to zoom out more. So you see we have high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So if this becomes the higher low, regardless of if there's drawdown over here, this would become that low. So if we create a winning position, boom, take half off, or you can take 80%, whatever you want, put your stop against that if you're trying to stay in trades. And if some people do it different, right? Like, if you're trading really aggressive stuff, like if we're playing goose, right? We have long green bars, aggressive buyers. The second it makes high day, it should just take off. It really shouldn't stutter, right? But doesn't mean you can't have a slightly wider stop. It just means it doesn't make sense to. Whereas on futures, since they kind of just chop, wider stop on a winning position makes more sense. And this is what happened this morning. So I used the 5ers down. I made that 50-ish% because I accidentally let it come back in against me a little bit too much. Wanted those 15ers up. I didn't think I had the buying power in my Weeble to try and do that. But those 15ers were really good. So all of you guys who are just waiting on that stuff, you're good, right? Then we could have had the short in here. Did not do that. I wanted with continuity. And then I grabbed it right in here. And this made the new low and started coming back in. And those are the 2 trades. I shorted it in here, bought it in here on weeklies, 0DT. And if we can make high day on SPY, then these should be worth a lot more. Be good. Today was a very good day of just so many examples of what we look for. SPY 3322, yep. And again, look at your triangle expando. Very, very, very beautiful. And some people will decide to draw it like this, which technically you'd say right here, right? Triangle. But see it happen. 100%er. You can see on SPY, here's the scenario 3 on the 1 minute. You can see we had the bottom triangle in here, and then here's new triangle. So what we'd want to see is this new triangle act as support for the bottom triangle. If we're going to get this expansion and try and make the morning highs again. And this doesn't even mean it needs to make a new low. This could just be the triangle out, and it could go green here and continue. That'd be good. SPY, look at that. Is that your higher triangle? It is. 312, boom. 152%. See if we can get high a day. SPY, high a day. Boom, there it is, 200%er. Did you guys get it? I don't know if I can be clearer than that. But, and SPY is still good. So you can see we've got our new higher triangle after the morning triangle. So this is your 15er try here. And here's your higher triangle. Now, this is where understanding the compound 3 comes in. So if we're going to go outside week, what's SPY got to do? Triangle, and then stay up and above it to go. So right now, they're still trying to do that. It's green and it's 2 up. It's 2-2 back down. They're no longer trying to do that, right? They may go triangle out corrective activity, and some people will decide, I bought it down here, I'm going to keep my stop down there. Or they'll decide, I want to see them, respect the previous levels here where everyone's short. As long as we stay out of that. You can choose your poison, right? Some people will go like this. Do whatever you want. But you want it to stay up there. You don't want to just hold it all the way back into the lows unless you have a winning position. You've made money already. That's where SPY, you can see the triangle. So we're not really anywhere near taking any of the low day guys out, or the higher low guys. You have tight stop guys here on SPY. So what do you want? You want triangle out, then go the other way. Up in here. That'd be ideal. But that's all I've got. So I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow.